So welcome everyone. Hi, this is Abhishek, and it's our seventh session today for Datawave. So let us see the agenda like for the previous session what we had. So we are learning on core functions. Okay, this is a continuation to core functions, and today is the last session for the core functions. So these are the previous session agenda. What we have done, like we have done all these functions till now. Okay, and today we are going to see core functions and mule functions both. Like this particular part, these are the functions from core which are left, so I'm going to cover this and few functions from mule. Like we have only these three functions for mule functions, so we'll be talking about this complete agenda today. So let me start with the first one. So plus plus, which is also known as concatenation. So concatenates two value. So how it works is so what we can do is we can add two different values of same type. Now suppose this is my array and this is my array. So I can concatenate this both to a single array like this. Similarly, I have an object. I can add that to a single object. This array of object, I have two different array of object. I can add that. See, this is now array of objects. I can add the string. I can add date with time and with time zone. I can add string and number, but it create it as a string. So we can do a lot of this concatenation. Like this is not like summing something. Okay, this is like you have two different part and you are adding that to a single part. It may be an array, it may be an object, it may be an array of object, it may be string. Okay, so this all we can do. Now suppose it should be of same type. Now suppose this is an array of object, and if I try to add an object with that, that is not possible. Okay, if you are adding two different things, then it should be of same type basically. Okay, so this is what this plus plus or concatenate use, and the functions which I'm discussing today, these are the functions which are most commonly used functions. Okay, lot of time like you will see these functions are used in any API. Okay, so these are the most commonly used functions. That's why I took it in the last and we are discussing that. Okay, now coming to this remove. So what this do is, like unlike plus plus or concatenation, you can remove a particular like array or object from a source element. Okay, just a minute. Okay, so you can remove a particular item from a source item, a source element. Now suppose I have an array of this. Okay, so I need to remove DE. So simply I have written it over here, and if you'll see the output, it has removed that DE from the original, from the source array. Similarly for object, I have this object where I've got this D and E with value 4 and 5, and I want to remove that. So I just reduced it. I just removed it from this like this. Okay. Array of object, similarly for array of object. Okay, I can here also we need to give the similar type. So I have removed it. I have removed this particular like I have this particular object and I want to remove it. So I have removed it. So this is the output for me. Okay. Now what I can do is I can give the key. These are my keys. Okay, so in a array format I have given the keys and I have removed it from this. So now you can see only the output is B of 2. I have removed A and C, the key A and C from this object. So this is reduced. Okay, another way to do that is I define like A is a key, so it will remove only A from the object which I have defined. I can do like I can do it for value also. Now suppose 2. No, okay, well, no, sorry. I can do it for key only like this. Like there are two way of doing it for key is, one is this way where I can give multiple, or I can give in this way also. Okay, so these are the way like how I can remove some elements from an existing source. Okay, so any question in this too, like concatenate and reduce? Any question in this? And like, do you want me to try with any other example?
Concatenate
Anyone,
with,
guy? Huh?
can you concatenate with null value?
Concatenate with null value. Okay, now suppose say it should be of same type. Now if I try again, null doesn't exist. It doesn't work with null. If I do
Yeah,
reduce,
this is
remove,
property of concatenation itself.
yeah,
Concatenation will never work on null value.
never work on null, correct. But if I do it for this one, it's giving me see null. If I try just giving an object and reduce a null from this, it's give me error. Okay, so with null, it's not possible. For concatenation, for this, like both the things should be null, then only it will give you null. Okay, so for plus plus and minus minus, these all the for like different type of inputs we can try and the outputs we can get.
Yeah, it's a one point here. For
Yeah.
plus plus concatenation one, you
Hmm.
have multiple time like in Dataweave we are getting warning. Since they are expecting there can be null value for whatever value we are concatenating. So that's why we are getting warning. So that's why this concatenation will never work on this plus plus. I'm not sure everyone
No, no,
observes or not.
on
Not.
null,
Yeah, in
concatenation will not
Dataweave,
work on null.
yeah, in Dataweave, when you will write any Dataweave expression where you will do concatenation of two value, and if you are taking value from variable, it will give you warning. Means that variable can be null.
Cannot be null.
Yeah,
Yeah. So what you do, like, see if you want to add now suppose if you want to add a string with another string, and it is possible like it can come as null, what you can do is you can give a default value. Okay, now suppose I'm using a payload. uh, I have an object, say a, this is null, and if I try payload.a, why my default is not working. Let me see if I do this. Okay, I'm doing object. Sorry. Uh, yeah. So I did this. Else, if I don't give anything, yeah. See, by default, it will take it as this value. It has taken its space. Like if it is coming null, then I cannot add null. So I have given a default value. Okay, if it is null, then don't concatenate anything. Okay, but if it is some string, which is a proper input, so it will concatenate that. Okay, so this is what the plus plus, and it should be of same type as I said already. Okay, next come the flatten. Now this is very important function. Okay, this is one of the very important function. A lot of people have the doubt like what's the difference between flatten and reduce. Okay, so we're going to see that also with different example. We have one more thing, that is flat map. Okay, so we'll discuss all this. So how the flatten work is, if there are any sub arrays, okay, then it convert that into a single array. Okay, if we have multiple arrays, or in one array we have different array, then it just flatten that or make it into a single array. Now in this case, see, I have this one complete array, in that I have another array. So when I do flatten on that, it comes into a single array. Okay, if I suppose remove this, so this is how it looks like. Okay, a array inside another array. Okay, so when I do flatten on this, it gives me the output like this. Okay, similarly, I have this one. I have two array inside an array. Okay, I have two array inside an array. Okay, so when I do flatten on this, it gives me the output like this. Okay, now I have this example where I have taken two inputs. Okay, this is one array of object for me. This is second array of object. Now I want to add one array of object to another array of object. Okay, so what I have done is, see, I have written a code where I'm mapping the first one. Inside that, I'm mapping the another one, and I have filtered like, okay, my value of a, that means my value of x1, this one, a of x1 should be equal to my value of this x, y1 of x, sorry, x of y1. Okay, if this two value matches, then I should get the output like this. So see, my first one is matched with one, so it's coming here. My two is matching with two, so it's coming here. My three is matching with three, so it is coming here. Okay, so I have written a code like that. Now see, when I change it to 4, now these two are not matching. That's why it is giving me empty. Okay, so this is what it's doing. It is mapping a array into an array. So it has given us the output like this, where this is my this is my parent array. Inside that I have several other arrays. Okay, so this is an array of object. So if I need to normalize it, I will do flatten. Now see, now it has converted into an array of object. Okay, so this is how flatten works. So guys, any question on this? Because this is also something commonly used, and I will come to reduce part. I will show you how, what's the difference. Okay, but any question on this flatten? Do you want me
Okay.
to try with any other input?
One thing I want to add here,
Yeah,
this flatten function is also a very frequently asked interview question. Okay, I
yeah,
will say like whenever they will ask question in Dataweave, 50% possibility will be there. They will ask question from flatten function, like how to merge to array. They may ask in different format, but you should have good understanding. And in real time also we use this function very frequently.
yeah. They may ask like, what if I have an array of array and I just need to normalize into a single array? Then how? What you should do? So we can use flatten, like as I've said. So if I remove this, I have an array of array. Okay, and if I put flatten, I get this. The same I can do with reduce, but the functionality of reduce is a little bit different. So if you say reduce as an answer, that is not that won't be like very appropriate. Okay, so we'll come to that. So any question in flatten? Anyone want me to try with any other example? Anyone, guys?
A different example.
No.
Hello, Abhishek.
Yeah.
Like
Like
we have a
convert
payload. We
object.
have,
One at a time, please.
okay. We have a payload like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in array. Like,
Okay.
and we want output as a like in array in which like it is written as a sum and then the whole payload.
Uh, we need an output written as a sum.
Yeah, I'm sending in chat. 1 minute.
Okay.
Abhishek,
Maybe that I yeah. Yeah,
it
tell me.
converts multiple array into array of objects, right?
Yeah. No. Flatten don't convert multiple array into array of object.
Okay.
It is like if there is a array of array, like if there is an array of array, it flatten that into a single array. Like I will show you again. Now see, in this case, if I remove the flatten, now this is my parent array. Inside that I have this small arrays of object. Okay, so this is an array of array. So when I do flatten, it creates it into an array of object. See, now there is no parent or child array. It is just an array with an array of object. Okay, this is what we have done. Okay, now we have as you are keeping two variable x1 and making them a single array. What if I have many variable and I find it waste of time to write many variables manually? You don't need to write variables. That's I have written just to show you. Like I cannot put here variables and thing. Either I can put payload, then I need to go to studio and I need to create the scenario over that. So this is just for reference. Don't take it as an account. Like we can do it with this also. I can define two different variables like in my studio as variable one and variable two, and I can put the input, and I can put that variables in this. This is just to show the reference in this particular playground. That's why I put this variable. Like otherwise I won't be able to show you over here. I need to show you in studio. So just to make it more visible in this Dataweave playground, I have done it like this. This is just for example. This is not like every time you need to create a variable over here and then you need to use it.
Uh,
Okay. So
I'm
yeah.
not sure whether this is a relevant question, but just had it out. Like we have a tool like for Flatten in order to like club the arrays. If you
Mhm,
have 2 to 3 arrays, you'll club it. But
mhm.
what do you use to club an object? Like if you have 5 to 6 objects that need to be merged, do we have any like
5 to 6 object and you want to merge that.
merge into a single object?
We
Like
have
right now, I have six.
uh-huh.
Assume that I have 4 arrays,
Mhm.
and inside of 4 arrays, I have two each. That's like 2 objects in each array,
Okay.
which makes a count of 4 arrays and 8 objects. Now I need to get in like one array, one object, the whole stuff. How do I like,
One
do it?
object. Maybe I'm not getting it very clear, but yeah, sure. Let us like once complete this, we'll come to the end and we will try it together. Like what you
Sure,
want to
sure.
say.
Yeah.
Sure.
If
Okay.
I'm not,
Yeah.
Because
if I'm not wrong, then we can use simple concatenation. No? For example, we have two objects. One object contains three key value pair. Another object contains five key value pair. You want to merge both. So simple, you can use concatenation one. So it will give you eight key value pair in one object.
no, he might be saying
Okay.
an object of object, I guess, or something like that.
He's saying two objects, if I'm not
Two
wrong.
objects. Like maybe show.
Uh,
May I show? Maybe show you this concatenation again. Okay. Maybe show you this. So see, this is one object. This is another object. Okay, so when I do this plus plus, so this become one object. This is one way. Another is this is my array of object. This is my array of object. When I do plus plus, so it becomes array of object like this in a single one. So do you mean something like this?
yeah, this helps. Yeah,
Ah,
yeah,
okay.
this helps.
Yeah. So yeah, so I've already shown you, like, please pay attention, guys. Okay. Now coming to what Pankaj was saying. Now this is my sum. Okay. And I want the output as 0, 1, 2, 3. So 0, 1, 2, 3, like why 0? Like
No,
it will,
like 1, 2, 3,
okay,
4.
input.
Yeah.
Huh? So you want to sum 1, 2, 3, 4. Like you want to add all
No,
this 1, 2, 3, 4.
No, I want
we,
output
we
like scroll down. Like output is given in nature like that.
Oh, okay. No, see, if you're giving the input as 0, 1, 2, 3, how you will get 0? Like either I need to add plus 1 to everyone, then I can get the output as 1, 2, 3, 4. But okay, now I got your point. So in this case,
no, if he
no,
want
no,
like
no, no, no. Huh.
accumulated value, then he can use that ACC accumulator function is there,
Reduce
no?
accumulator, na? Yeah, I will
Yeah, yeah.
show that one. Like, okay, Pankaj, let me come to other part. Then we'll see like if that reduce helps what you're asking. Okay, we'll see. We'll check that. Otherwise, we'll take it at the last and we'll do. Okay, fine. So now flatten done flat map. So this is also like something similar to flatten, not exactly flatten. Like it iterates only over on arrays again, but it is different from flatten little bit. Now see, in this case, I have got an array of array. Okay, where this is my parent array, the out one. This is my parent array. Inside that, I have two different arrays. Okay, so when I do a flat map on that, I'm getting the same way. Like now, suppose if I remove this and if I do flatten, so it also give me this similar result. Okay, now if I let me take it like this. Okay, maybe A1. And if I remove this one and I use flat map. Okay, guys, dollar represent values. Okay, so now see, this both are same. It works with flatten also, it work with flat map also. Similarly in this case, okay, it worked with flat map also. It can work with flatten also. But now suppose I have another one. Okay, now this one, I remove this one bracket, and if I do a flatten on this, flatten, what I'm missing. Okay, one bracket. Okay, so now see, when I do this flatten for this C, it gives me the output like this. Okay, but if I want to try the same like input and with a flat map, suppose, see, it's give me error because if I need to flat map, then both my input should be an array. Okay, now this is not like this is a array, but it is a part of parent array and this is a part of child array. So when I do flatten, it works. Okay, it works with flatten, but not with flat map. Okay, it doesn't work with that. Now, if I try to, suppose I try to change, I tried something else, suppose flat map. Okay, I will take it as this, and I try to say, doesn't work. Okay, so this is what the difference between flatten and flat map. Okay, how flatten and flat map work. So for flat map, both should be like, if it is an array of array, then in that the internal, the child should be also an array. It's not like this. If it is a part of a parent array and then we have a child array, so we can flatten that one. Okay, so that's the difference between flatten and flat map. Now let me come to reduce. Okay, and this is also very important thing. So it applies a reduction expression. Okay, so now in this case, see, uh, so this again represent value. Someone can go on mute. I'm hearing my own voice. Someone is on loudspeaker. Yeah. So in this case, this reduce. So what it does is, if when I use the value, okay, when I use this value part, it is only giving me this. Okay, the internal child one. Okay, again in this, if I use only ACC, okay, it is giving me the first part. Okay, if I do as item, it is giving me the last part. Let me add one more. Say H. Okay, so now what is doing, the items always give me the last value, whereas the ACC, or I can say the index, give me the first value. Okay, so when I do it, when I accumulate and add it, then it give me an output like this, which is also possible with flatten or flat map. Okay, if I try the same thing with, suppose, flatten. Okay, see, I'm going to get the same result. I'm going to get the same result. But with reduce, I need to add the accumulator and the item, or I can say the value and index. I need to add that. Okay, then only it will give me the result. Otherwise, what it does, it breaks that into a smaller part. It breaks that into a smaller item. Or we can say what reduce do is uh, reduce reduct or split a function, split an array into an object. Okay, it's array into an object, then each element of the array into a transformed into an object of key value pair. Okay, so that's what the difference between a reduce and a flatten. Okay, in Flatten, I don't need to write any such code. It will automatically sense it and it will give me the output. But in reduce, I need to add the accumulator and the item. Okay, then only it is going to give me the output. Otherwise, what it is going to take, the accumulator will take the first index value and the item is going to take the last index value. Okay, to add all this to get the complete output, like from first to last, I need to add it as a accumulator plus item, or the index plus value, we can say whatever name you give. You can remove, you can say it as well. Okay, and you can write it here well, so you can give any name. Okay, I can name it as index, and I can index. Okay, this is also possible. Or what I can do is, now my dollar represent value and my dollar represent index, so I can do it like this. Okay, so this also gave me the output. Okay, now for this, for numeric values, when I do dollar plus with my value, that means I am summing it up. Okay, so I am doing a summation of this. But when I say this, that means I am making it a single item for this array. Okay, so this is the difference again for plus and plus, like it concatenating, it's not adding it up, but it's concatenating and bringing it into an single uh, like string. And for reduce, like I'm doing a summation of this, where I'm giving the index and the value. The value will take the last part and the index will take the first. Now if I remove this, it's give me one, which is this one. If I remove this and only value, it gives me 6. So when I say plus, so it's sum it up, like from first index to the last index, everything will be sum up. Same I want to show you, like we tried this, we tried this, we have two array. Okay, we have two array, and I have mapped both. Yeah,
Sorry to interrupt. Can you go to a previous slide? Actually, someone asked one question. Maybe we can answer now, since we covered that thing only. Previous
okay.
one, like what you have in DWLang. What you have in DWLang.1. If you remember
DWLAN.
that board where you are doing this playground, DW playground.
Okay,
You remember now, just now one person asked question, we told okay we will answer you soon.
concatenation
Mm,
one, he asked about
yes,
concatenation.
reduce 1 2 3 4 result 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4.
Okay.
Now I
The
think we
summation
can.
part.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's I remember, like, yeah, that I kept into mind. I think he got that answer, like if you want to sum it up. But his question was, he has provided the input as
I think that also we can try. So
yeah,
what if we can write dollar then plus sorry plus then comma then single dollar. Can you try this one in line number D? Sorry, line number 8. Yeah, that one also fine. Then single double inverted comma. Sorry, double
quotes.
inverted comma. Yeah, double inverted quotes. Yeah, and then again plus just after that before single dollar.
Okay. You're saying like this.
Let's see. No, put yes. Okay, result equals to this. I think this was their expectation, his expectation.
No, his expectation was,
Yes,
I
yes, yes.
think,
Sum 1 2 3 4. So
his
instead of C, we can write
expectation.
sum. Yes, that only he is expecting.
Okay, fine.
So I think Pankaj, is it clear?
Yeah, but yeah, okay, yeah, but it will be an array. I want in array.
Okay,
You
means
want
our
it in array. Okay, so in that case, what you can do is, if you want it an array, then probably this might helps. Okay, it is, it is creating it an array of object. Let me see this works. No. You want it into an array. The complete it cannot be an array, like you are providing this. Now, if you are talking about, suppose you are talking about like this, you are talking about like this. So no, this is not a like a good format of array. It
Actually,
should
this
be an
question
array.
was asked in interview. Like,
No. See, we
No,
can do the array like this. We can do it like this. We can do it like this. But when you add something, you are creating a key value pair. A key value pair should be an object. If I use reduce also, suppose if I use reduce, then also it is giving me the object. Okay. It is not going to give me the array with that. It is a key value pair. A key value pair, how much I understand, will not come to an array directly like this. Yeah, Ravi, you want to add anything?
yeah, I'm not sure. Like maybe he, like
Mm,
you are 100%
No,
sure he asked same thing. Since even
maybe
if
yeah,
maybe
yeah,
he's
they
trying to trick you. Maybe he's trying to trick you. But like a key value pair should always be an array of object. I have never seen like any such
no,
like.
no, they give me the input as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in array,
Uh-huh,
uh,
huh.
and they want output as a sum. Like it is written there like sum, and they want add +1 to the payload also. That's
So they have given you something like suppose 0, 1, 2, and 3.
yeah.
And
And,
now they want the output where it is written
uh,
like sum of array like this,
no, only sum in string, and then +1 to all the values.
like this
Uh,
output.
yeah, but in array.
Means this in this way or in
Yes,
this
in this
way,
way, in this way. Same.
in this way. Sorry,
No, no, previous way.
in this way.
Yes.
In this way, I'm not sure how is it possible. Like it is an array of object. Now it's create an object. It cannot come in that way. It should be always key value pair, and key value pair should be in this. Anyone? Any idea on this? I don't think it will come in that way. Or what I can do is either I need to make this complete thing into a, then I can get in this way. This is one possibility I can see. But this complete thing should be into a string which can be displayed like this. Okay, because I have not seen an okay. Okay, let's see. We'll see about that. We'll check about that.
Okay.
Okay. Nice question. Maybe they want to trick you. Okay. So I was talking about reduce. Like now, suppose this is my where input where I have two different objects and I am mapping an like I am mapping an array into an array, so which gives me this. So one way I show you, like we use flatten, okay, to reduce it in this way. Another way is like we can use flat map. Okay, so it will also give me the same result, or I can also use reduce. Okay, so for this one is giving me the third object. Okay, if I do this, it will give me the first object, but what I need to do is I need to do it like this. Oh, sorry. So okay. Yeah, see. So I'm getting the same result. Okay. So any question on flatten, flat map, and reduce?
Can you show the factorial using reduce?
Factorial using reduce means?
Like you have shown the addition of all the elements in an array, right? Addition,
Yeah.
concatenation. Can you show the multiplication of all the elements in an array? Like it's an factorial, right?
Multiplication of
he
all the element into an array.
just
No, no, no.
change that plus with multiply. So he want like we have number like this, 1, then 2, 3, 4, 5, and he want to multiply all. Is it correct?
Yes, Ravi.
Yeah, so just instead of plus, we can use multiply, then it will multiply all the, like it will give us accumulated multiplied value.
No,
Not
it
here,
won't.
not here.
Where you are
In,
saying?
yeah, so he shared in, someone shared in this chat, but output, I think his output is different. So input will be like this: array which will contain 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay, and you want to, okay, fine, that one. Okay, so probably when I say, okay, let me take this. Okay, so in this I have done summation. You want to multiply it.
Yeah, Abhishek, I pinged you. Maybe you can try that.
Yeah. So this what I have done here. See this one. Now let me take only 2 and see. Okay, 6. Now if I use 2, 12. Then if I do here, suppose 4. So it's multiplying. If I want to use divide, it also divide. Is this?
Yeah, I think till multiplication it is there. I'm not sure of divide.
Okay. So yeah.
And there is one more
Yeah. So
scenario.
multiplication, it is multiplying all.
And there is one more scenario, like if you are using this like a plus operator, it will by default it will take an initial value of 0. So if I want to start the aggregation of an elements in an array starting with some value, like instead of 1, I want to start with some value. Can you show that scenario also?
Some value means
Like if
like
you're taking the average aggregation of some elements, like here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So here the accumulator will take value of 0, 0 plus 1 and 1 plus 2. No, again 3 plus 3, like that. But if I want something like we can declare, right, accumulate value.
okay, accumulator equal to this. Okay,
Yes.
fine. Okay, so that is kind of filtration where let me see. Yeah.
By default, I think for if you are doing plus, then by default
Uh,
accumulated value will be 0. If you are doing this string concatenation, like string concatenation, then by default value will be null, empty string.
Yeah, correct. But we can vary, right? I just pinged you. Maybe you can try this also.
Okay, you want to like hard code. Okay, you want to
Yeah,
configure some
he want to
initialize
see.
value. Okay.
I tried that. Yeah, this one.
Yeah,
So
nice.
if I do ACK, this will give me 2, and then you want, okay, item plus item C.
What I mean is
Okay.
like we can change the default value of the accumulators.
Yes,
Yeah, we can
nice.
assign it to something, correct. So now if
Yeah,
I see
thanks,
5
Natis,
plus 4,
for this
9,
point.
9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So what it is doing, it is adding this particular, all this with plus 2. Now see if I remove this,
No, no,
it's
Abhishek. Like it will start with 2 plus 1, again 3
Mhm.
plus 2, again 5 plus 3. Like that, it will go.
Yeah, that's what. See, it will start with this. That's true. Means it will add this, all these elements. It will all this, which is 15, plus it will also take the value which we have given. So now it is 17. I got your
Uh,
point. So by default, it is taking as 0. Now suppose you are saying this. By default, it is taking it as 0. So 0 plus 1, then 1 plus 2, that is 3, 3 plus 3, then 9. So in that way it is going. So now if I do accumulator as 2, so it is taking the default value as 2. So the starting value is 2. So 2 plus 1, 3, 3 plus 2 is 5. Then keep on adding and it is giving me the output as 17. Correct?
right, right.
Yeah. True. Yeah. Thank you for that. Yeah. We can assign some value to it. True.
Yes, and same we can do for multiplication also.
Yeah. Let us do for that. Yep. True. If I remove this, I get 120, and when I do 2, 120 into 2, 240. Yeah, true. Thanks for that use case. Very true. Any other question? Because
Like, can you try reduce on empty array?
reduce on empty array. Yeah, sure. It will give me null because there is nothing. Either I take item, either I take this, or I do this, I do this. All is null for an empty array. Because we don't have any value, so it is taking it as null. Fine.
Yeah, fine, Abhishek.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so now again, few more important one, map. So the map is used to iterate over an array. Okay. Now again, just this I have taken as an example. I can take this as a payload also. Now, if you want, I can go here. I can put it here. I can remove this and I can payload. Okay. So see, what I have done is in this case, I have this array of object and I have now I have the field name is capital A, sorry, small a, but I want to change it to capital A. I want to change this value. So what I've done, I have used payload map and then I have done it like this. If I don't want to change anything, then simply either I can do it as this, it will give me the result. Okay, or I can do it like map of dollar. So basically it's iterate over an uh, array of object. Okay, map function is used to iterate over an array of object. Okay, now what I can do is if I want to add now suppose I'm getting this, I will do dollar dot a plus 1. So it add 1 to all these outputs and it's give 2, 3, 4. Okay, this is what the map do. It's iterates of an array of object. Now we have a filter. The filter is used over a like we can use it over an array. We can do it with string also. So like this one. Okay. Now again, I have this as an input. Okay, let me make it as payload here, payload. Now I want to filter it out. Like if my value of $a, that means my a field should contain a value 1, then it should show me the result. So it is showing it over here. So I'm filtering it out. Okay, so instead of I'm using it with map. So if I need to use it with map, I can use it like this. Without using map also I can do, which is this. Just the thing is I cannot change the name of the field. Like if I want to change it to something else, I cannot do that. It will take it this, like I cannot define any objects here. Simply I can filter it out like this. Okay, and I can filter it on a string also, where when I do $$ mod 2, that means I'm doing a mod on the index, which should be an even. So all the even index value will be shown over here. Now see, M is at 0 position, L is at 2 position, and then S is on 6th and F is on 8th, 8th position. No, 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay, sorry, 0, 1. This is at 2, 4, 6. Sorry, yeah. M is at 0, L is at 2, S is at 4, and F is at 6. So these all are even numbers. So it is giving me this. If I do it as 1, it will give me the result of the character in all the odd index. Okay, so this is how the filtration work. And if you want to use it, like it will be used on this array. Okay, it can be used on this array, or for a string, it can be used like this. Okay, now if I try to take an array of objects, suppose, see, for array of, so not array of object, an array, we can do it for an array like this. We can filter it out like this. All the even all the odd index, and this is like all the even index. Okay, so this is how map and filter works together, and moreover iterates over an array or string. Okay, it is applied for both. Any question on map and filter? You want to try? You want me to try any other inputs? Anyone? guys? Hello.
Hello. Yeah, Abhishek,
Yeah.
what, yeah, I didn't understand this filter one. Yeah,
Filter.
filter one, what exactly it is doing? Whatever the value we
Fil
are giving, if
uh-huh.
it is matches, it will give in the result or not. Only it will give the
Yeah,
matching value.
only the matching. So filtration means we are filtering out, like what I said is I need the value of dollar dot add. That means I need the value of this A field should be 1. So only show me those output where the value of A is 1. Now suppose I make it 1 like this. So it will give me two output, because in this input, I have two array of objects where the value of A is 1, and I have filtered it out. Like I just want the output where the value of A is 1. Okay, so we have two input. So we are representing here two objects in this array. If I change this, then I have only one object which is having the value as 1. So it is just representing me 1. Okay, so it's filter out, like the condition what you have given, it filter out the output in that way. I don't want the complete output. I just want to get the output where the value of A is 1. So it will just give me this. Here I have filtered out, like I just want the value of the index which is even. So it has given me just the value where the index is even. Dollar dollar means index. So it has given me that. Now if I do this, so it has just given me the even numbers, because I am doing filtration on the value. So it has given me 2, 4, and 6, which is an even number. Okay, earlier when I did dollar dollar, I was doing it on the index. When I did dollar, I am doing it on the value. Okay, so it is filtering that out.
Okay.
Yeah. Next come, yeah, anyone?
So usually some in map function or something, we will use for index purpose $$, right?
No, like it varies. For map, dollar means value and double dollar means index, and triple dollar is, I guess, index of index. There is a value, but that works on something else. We'll see that.
Okay.
Key, I'm not, if I'm not wrong, maybe
Uh,
it's
yes.
No, that will come for
Uh,
index. That one
For
actually
filter
needs
object and map object, right?
mhm.
Only for filter object and map object, not for filter or map.
Yeah, dollar dollar. No, yeah, it might be an
Triple
object
dollar.
only. Yeah,
Triple
triple dollar.
dollar.
That's what. Yeah,
Yes, that's
I
only of
think
an
it's only
object.
for object, not for map. But we'll check that. Now we are coming with map object and filter object. So we'll see over there how it works.
Okay, Abhishek.
Okay. Okay, so map object. So as the map iterates over an array, this map objects iterate over an object. Okay. So now in this case, now this is my XML. Okay. Let me take it over here. Okay, this is my object. Payload. Okay. Now let me show you what is my output. Okay. So see, this is my B is my object. Inside that I have another object. Okay. So this map objects iterate over a object of object. Okay. B is my object, and this is an object inside an object. We don't have array. So I can use map object, okay, to iterate over a object. Okay. So in this case, see what I have done. I have took like the root. This is my object. Okay. I took that object part, and then I have done a exchange. I have changed the key to the value part and the value to the key part. Okay. Because this complete thing, okay, this complete thing is an object of object. If I remove this and if I just write payload, so this is an object of object where root is my key element in that. So when I use payload dot root to map over that object, this is what I can do. Okay, I can like iterate over that object. Okay, coming forward, I will show you. I have an example with group by and map object, so that will make it more clear, like how we do that. Okay, so this is basically iterates over an object of object. Okay, map is for iteration over an array of object, and map object is for an object of object. Okay, so similarly, we have a filter object,
So,
which
Abhishek, that root word, what it is doing there? Root word?
this is by root element now in
Okay.
this XML. So that
Okay.
is the root word. I'm just taking this element name. So payload dot root. Okay.
Yeah, got it. Got it. Thank you.
Abhishek, one more question. Like,
Yeah.
why you're putting that value in braces?
So that I can get it as a key over here. That's why, like, if I remove this, see, it will give me val. Okay, it will take this as a key. But if I want to make this as a key, I need to give it into braces like this. Then only it will show me.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Now map object, sorry, filter object. Again, let me take it as payload. So the way I was filtering out from an array of object, the same way I'm using filter object to eliminate the known matched value. Okay. So now again,
Abhishek,
yeah, just 1 minute. So this was my input. I want to filter out the output only where the value is equal to Mulesoft. So I have only one value which is Mulesoft, so it is filtering it out. Now if I do two values, suppose this, it will give me two output. Yeah, someone was asking some question.
yeah, Abhishek, this is Satish. Means
Yeah.
in complex data view,
Mm-hmm.
using filter and filter object and map object
Mm-hmm.
means some confusion about the means in that we are using the brackets in the value key and like that. If some bracket has missing
Correct.
means couldn't find that exact means in the complex
Yeah,
data. Yeah, how to
that
practice?
is see, that is you need to keep on practicing. So when you see bracket has a very importance. Okay, bracket has very importance when we are doing any type of this type of filtration or anything, because you are doing one part, that part is giving you some other output. Now that should be considered as a payload for you. Okay, that will be considered as a payload for you, and then you need to use like some operation on that. Okay, now suppose I will show you for map.
Yeah, in real time means I
Sorry.
see that complex things data views means
Correct.
the error also giving the something different means if missing some bracket or some curly brackets are missing
Hmm.
it
Hmm.
we can't find means I can't find out the exact the where has the missing that in that complex scenarios.
Correct. That happens. So like you need to read your Dataweave code, what you have written correctly, and then like they might it should give some line number or something. Okay, but now see in this case, I have a like two different array of objects. Okay,
Yeah.
so now if you'll see, I have put this bracket, this one, I have put this bracket over here. Then it has given me output. Now suppose I remove this bracket. Okay, so what I have done, still it's giving me, but what I have done, this complete thing is becoming a part of this one. Okay, that's why I put a bracket over here. Okay, now this one. Okay, now this one. If I break as a curly bracket, see, it's giving me error because what I am doing, I'm defining this complete thing as an object. Okay, but I can't do that because I am concatenating in, this is a way of concatenating two different array of object. Okay, so that's why I need to give this bracket, because I can't treat this an object and I can't map again on that object. Okay, so I need to like very much like concern on that, like what bracket I am using and where it is like ending up or where it is starting up. Now if I remove, yeah, now I remove this. Okay, let me remove this. So I have map. Okay, I'm doing it is on y1. So this is giving me an array of object. Okay, so now this is, if I put an object on this, suppose I put an object, so that is wrong. I cannot put a like this bracket for an array. I cannot bind an array in this way. Okay, now if I give this bracket, it works. Okay, it accept that. What I was doing is I was putting my curly braces here in this part, before this bracket and after this bracket. That's why it was giving me error, because I cannot put a curly braces over here. Okay, this complete can be an object, but this cannot be an object and then an array inside that. That's why it will give me error over here. Okay, so the same thing was happening when I was doing, like I was doing this, say x1 map, okay, val comma index, then this. So if I put this bracket, it is not going to work. So I need to simplify it. I need to remove this. I need to put this. Now see, I can see this. Okay, I have this 3 times. Why? Because I have 3 objects in this. Okay, and at present I am not filtering or concatenating anything. That's why I have a 3 object in this. Sorry, 3 array of an array. Because what it is doing, I have 3 objects for this and I am mapping of this. So how many number of times I have this objects, that number of time this particular thing is repeating. Now if I remove this, it will be twice. Okay, so to make it more simplify, I want that if these two are matching, then only it will show me the output. So what I have done, I have filtered it over here, saying that my value of a, which is coming from this x1, should be equal to my value of this x, which is coming from y1. Then you show me the result. That's now see, it is showing me 3 result only for this, where these are matching. Okay, and I will put a where I will put the value for the x1 object. So it is showing me both. Correct. So this will come like if you'll keep on doing practice. Now see, this complete thing, this complete part is an output. Okay, so if I need to apply flatten, I need to put a bracket for this saying that this is my complete output, this is my complete payload, and I need to use a flatten on that. Then it will work. Now suppose if I remove this, what will happen? So it's give me error. Okay, so brackets are very important and you should do like what you are doing with that. Now if I put it like this, say now this repeated. Now if I need to use flatten, for that I need to first take it as a complete input. See, now I'm getting an object. Now again I have this one again, an array of array again. So what if I do one more flatten, but here also I need to put the bracket properly. So it works. So this first bracket, it is for this flatten. Then I get an output which simplifies this. Then I use a flatten on that. Okay. So that's
First,
how
we
like,
will capture the inside one, and after that,
yes, you need to
outside.
tell him, okay, this is my payload. It ends here and I need to uh, apply something on this payload. So you need to identify that payload using the brackets. And there also like you need to make sure which bracket you are using. You cannot use square bracket or curly braces instead of this round bracket. Okay.
Yeah, in
Okay.
real time, somewhat tricky means we.
Yeah, it's little tricky. See, it will come once you do practice. So like I do a lot of practice with this data wave. Okay, a lot of things, and the best way to learn, if you want to learn, then Mulesoft forum. In that forum, a lot of people used to put a lot of questions for data wave, and that is very good because you will get a real-time scenario over there. Now if I need to do, like, I need to think like what payload I should create. Now if to take this session, I need to think a lot of what should be the complex I should take. Okay, the complex input. But if you go to forum, you will get a lot of complex input. Like I have solved a lot of them in forums, so that will help you to understand like how it works. And if you are unable to do that, that's fine. Anyone will give the answer. So what you can do, you can take that answer and you can analyze, okay, how it worked. Okay, you can try different things over there. So the thing is, if you want to be expert in this, you need to keep on practicing. You should know like what all functions we have. Okay, now in the current version, like 2.4 Dataweave version, we have got very new functions, which is very helpful. Okay, so you just need to go through and you need to try each one of them. Okay, then only like you need to keep on trying. Practice will make it perfect.
Yes, sir.
Abhishek,
Okay. Yeah.
Abhishek, one question is
Mhm.
can you go to that output?
Yeah.
Yeah, here A element has array. Array has 3 objects. And
Correct.
what about this line number 1 braces? Uh,
This one.
yeah, we will call this collection or anything else.
This one you are saying, line number 1, data
No,
with
no, in the
2.0.
output. In the output.
Okay, this one.
Yeah,
This is like a representation of JSON which represent things into an object. If we are doing something like this, so this is
so
say, so this is because of this. Now if I remove this,
okay,
if I remove this, so the bracket removed. So
okay.
I have made it as a like I was doing JSON. So I want to show you different, like I was showing with you A, B, C like that. So I have merged that into an object to show you like what are the different possibilities. Okay, so see this one. So just to represent it right, where I can show you different outputs. Now suppose A and B. So when I do this, that means I am showing you two different things in a same data wave. Now if I want to show you like one by one, now suppose if I remove this, so what I need to do is I need to change the payload again and again. Okay, now suppose if I cut, if I remove this, okay, this is giving me one output. But if I want to show you another output, I need to delete this. Okay,
Okay,
and then I need to put that. So I cannot compare what I am
okay,
doing. Correct.
okay.
So when I do that object with A, B, C, so I'm showing you all that output over here, like for one, what it is coming. If I tried something else, what it is coming. So that is just a representation I'm doing. That's it.
So if we put those initial braces, in that initial braces, we can display multiple objects or multiple arrays. Is it correct?
Yes, this way. Like these are fields. You can say this is my object. This is a field for me. And I am just putting some value in those fields. So
Okay.
this is my object. A and B is my field. And I'm showing you some output. I'm showing you some values in that.
Without that initial brackets, we cannot display
We
two
can do
elements.
we can't display two elements. We can display one by one,
Okay.
like in this case what I'm showing. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
Uh,
i
yeah,
can i
just
i
you
can
can
do it.
yeah you
I
can
can do it.
delete that braces now.
Yeah, I can do it like this. Otherwise I can make it as an array, but I need to remove. Yeah, see, this is an array, this is an object of array. Now I can remove this, so it will come it like this. Okay, so now if I make it as this way, so it will come. But again, see, it looks like this. Okay, so that one seems to be more comfortable. Okay, where we can see it more easily. That's why I put it like that. Like I just remove this and I just put it this. Okay, so I'm not making it like more of array and objects and things. So this is just a way of representing. That's it. It's not hard and fast like we should do this only. Just to explain you guys, I'm doing like this. Like I'm showing you different what are the outputs we are getting, just to simplify it. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so we did map object, we did filter object. So this filter object filter things from an object of object. Okay. Then we'll go to a small, little bit small part. Like we have this new functions, which is than and on null. So how it works is than doesn't work on null values. Okay. The than doesn't work on null values. Let me remove this so that. Okay. Now again, this is my input where I have one object inside an array, and I am saying like if my dollar dot a exists, then the value should be 3. If it is dollar dot b, then 4. If it is dollar dot c, then dollar dot c, then 5. So it is moreover I can say like uh, the if else condition, the first part, the if part. Okay, if this is not null, then it should represent 3. If this is not null, it should represent 4. If this is not null, then it should represent 5, else it will represent the null. Okay, so then doesn't work with null value. If we are getting anything as null, it will represent as null. It will not represent this like it will not give the value what we have given. Okay, if any data exists, if it is not null, then it will give you the output. Okay, see, this is empty, but this is not null. Okay, that's why it is giving us the output. Okay, so if I see if it is null, so if I go with my suppose if else condition, now D, so if dollar dot a not equal to null, then represent 6, else null. Okay, so this is how it works. If I do it as C is null, it is giving me null. So instead of like writing this, I have just written like this. Okay, so we have one more that is on null.
So
See,
basically it will then will work like if condition, right? If else
yes,
condition.
if else condition, and yeah, if condition, sorry, then will be working as an if condition. And for null, I can say like wherever we are getting a null value, it change it to like some other representation what we have given. So now in this case, if you see this two part, so what I've written, if dollar dot c then 5 on null 3, that means if the value is not null, then it should be 5. If the value is null, then it should be 3. The same condition I have written over here. If dollar dot c is not null, then represent 6, else represent 3. Okay, so now in this case, what is happening? Like I don't need to write if else condition. I can write then and on null. Okay, instead of
Okay.
writing this, I can write this.
Okay.
Okay, so this is how it works. Okay, so I covered on null also, like it can work for string. Let me take it this one. Again, null on null, I should represent this. If it is not null, then it will give me the value as it is. Okay, now if I put then it should Dataweave on null this. Again, I will use the same over here. So it is represent Dataweave because this is not null. Let me try the same with if else condition. Okay. See, then on null, then on null. Okay, so in Mule 3 we have got when and otherwise. Okay, when and otherwise. So we can not really say it the complete way, but yeah, sort of the same thing, then and on null. But on null only works on null values. If I get any other value, it will not work, and then doesn't work on null value. If I get any other value, then I get that. Just the difference with if else condition is that I can put any other condition like when Mulesoft is not equal to Mulesoft, then it should be Datawave and else this. But here it is not matching that part. It is just saying that the payload which I am sending should not be null. If it is not null, then change it with this. If it is null, change it with this. I cannot put any other condition like what I can do it in if. Like if the payload is not null and if the payload is like Mulesoft, then it should be Datawave. But if I change it to suppose like this is Mulesoft, and if it is equal to Mulesoft, like here, if I give this condition, then it should be Datawave. But if I say it is as this, it will give me the null part because this condition is not matching. Okay, but in then we are not giving any condition. We are not giving any condition. We are just saying the payload should not be null. Then only you will represent this. Otherwise, you represent this if it is null. Just that is what we are doing. So we can say it is equivalent to if else, but in just one scenario. We cannot have like the conditions how we have in if else. We cannot have the condition for then and on null. Okay, but just we want to check whether something is coming as null or not. In that way, in that part we can check, we can use this then and on null. Okay, so any questions so far, guys? Hello.
Hi, Abhishek.
Yeah, hi.
Yeah. Uh, I have a doubt. In real time, we have a input, right?
Huh?
In this, we can like if the key present, then we need to extract the value from that key. If the key does not exist, then we no need to present in our output. In that case, how we can write our DWL?
If the key is present, then you need to like extract the key.
Key value.
Yeah, means an array of object maybe
Yeah.
like this. Okay,
Yeah.
so you said
Yeah.
if this present, then I should represent this. If this doesn't present, if it is null, then I should represent something else. Correct? You're saying that.
No, no, no.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. If, for example, input is A, B. So output, I am writing a DWS payload.a and payload.b. It will give the output. Fine. But some case A key value A is does not exist. Only B is there. So
Okay.
on that time, I'm using same DWL. So
Hmm.
it will give you an error for the A key value. Payload.a, it will
Because
give you an error like saying that A key A does not exist. So
mhm.
how can we overcome that one?
Now see, if you see in this case, it is an array of object. I have written a
Yeah,
map function for this. Okay, so
yeah.
now let's remove this. So my $.c does not exist. Okay. Uh,
Mhm.
wait,
But
let
it
me.
giving output as in C as right? C also right?
Yeah, it will give because I am using a map. I am using a map object. Like this is my array of object. I am using map. So if it is null, then it is null. So what you are saying now, suppose, see here also I am doing $of a. That means this is also
Yeah,
payload
payload.
of a in one way because I'm using
Mm,
map. So it is
yeah.
giving me output. Now your condition is if you are using only object, is that your condition? Like if I remove, if I don't take it as an, suppose I don't take it as an array. Okay, and I
Okay.
am making as suppose I will make it as uh, x dot a. Okay, something x dot a
Yeah.
b b equal to x dot b, and then you say c
No, no,
c
no.
is
B is fine. if we remove any one of key from A or B, it will give an error.
So like this, I remove
Yeah.
this. No, it's
So
giving me null.
yes, it giving output as A colon null, right? So I don't like to. I mean, I didn't want that A key value in my
Completely.
output.
Okay. So for that, what you can do is you can do something like this:
If
x dot
uh,
a not equal to null. Okay. Now if I remove this, so see the a value will not come. I filtered it out.
yeah, yeah. Thank you.
Okay, and this is for object. If I need to do it for an like array of object, then I can use the filter function directly, where I can say filter uh, like but in that case it should be an array of object basically, maybe, or I need to define particularly where x dot a is not equal to null. Okay. Hello.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah,
Abhishek.
so there are different ways to do that. We can do
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Okay. Okay, so this is all about then and on null. Then read and write. Okay, this is
Abhishek,
also
one
what.
question, Abhishek.
Yep, please.
Yeah, here then we are using individually. Yes, on null we should be used with then only, or we can use separately also.
No, anywhere you can use. I've just shown you
Yeah.
an example. It's not like I need to use it. It is individual. Now
Mm,
see, if I make it as on null, see, I'm not using any then condition over here.
yes, yes,
Okay,
okay,
I'm just saying if it is null, then 5. If it is not null, then the actual value. See, in this case, A is not null. So it is giving me the actual value. But when I write then, that means if the value exists, I should replace it with this. So it is showing me 3. Okay,
okay. Yeah,
got it?
got it.
Maybe
Thank you. Yeah.
yeah, once again, you will see the difference. See, this is for then, this is for on null. If the value exists, replace it with 3. If the value is null, then replace it with 3, but the value is not null, so it is 1. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Now read. So what we do is, so basically like if input is a string or binary and I want to represent it into a like actual format, then I am using this. Now in this case, so let me take it in the payload section. Okay, I'll make it as JSON. This is my okay. This is my string. Although it is a JSON, but I am representing it as a string. So if I do here payload, something is wrong. What is wrong? Okay, it is not taking that, but will it take this? That's what. Okay, let me change this to this. It should work now. See, this is working as a string. As I am putting it, it is keep on printing over here. Okay. So now, although it's a JSON format, but it is a string for me now. It is coming as a string for me now. So when I do read on this, okay, it's a string value. When I do a read on this JSON, what am I missing? Expected while reading. Okay, this correct. Let me here only. It's giving me error for the quotes. Let me try it here itself. Okay. Fine. Let me show here because there it's giving me issue for quotes. Okay, now see, when I take it as a string, although it's an object array of object, but it is taking it as a string. I want to read it the actual way it is. Okay, I want to get it the actual way. So what I can do is I can use the read operation. Now it has given me the object. So it is like if you are getting a string or binary in some format. Now suppose XML is there into a string format, but you need to read it as a output as XML only. Then you can use this read function. Okay, and this is also very commonly used. Now suppose you have a scenario where you are getting some input from somewhere, like you did a HTTP requester thing and you are getting a payload out of that, but that payload is an uh, JSON format array of object, but it is coming as a string and you need to read it as a JSON only. Then you can use this read option. Okay, your output will be this and you can read it as a application JSON. So if I read only the payload, okay, it is coming as a string with all that slashes and everything. Okay, but when I do read with application this, it works fine. Okay, so this is what the read do. Any question on this? Anyone want me to try with something else?
So in which situation we will add this read function? We need to use this function.
So you
So
are
here
getting.
my question is, we
Mhm,
have x is equal to we have the input.
mhm.
The same input in the output also we are getting, right? Uh,
No. If you'll see, X is a string. It is an array of object. Okay, it is in JSON format. But if you'll see correctly, it is inside a quotes. It
Single
is
quotes.
under,
Yeah.
yeah. So when I do that, that means it is a string now.
Okay.
But I want the output should be in JSON format. It should not be a string. Now, if you'll see the B number represent the string value, like what we have in that X. It represent this it represent the string. That's why you see it came with this
Okay.
special character because it's representing this as string. Now when I do see, it is a string. The output type is application JSON, and when I'm reading this variable, it is coming as like it is trying to convert into application JSON, but it is converting that into a string where I get the special character. But when I read it as an application JSON, it is giving me a proper output. So it is like if we are giving any string or any binary format, anything like that, and if we want to read into a comfortable output which I want, then I use this read. Okay.
Okay.
Now,
So
hmm,
yeah, this read function will basically will read the strings and it we can in whichever
yeah,
the format we will convert, we will
correct.
mention that format. Okay.
Yeah, and it is not like only application JSON. I have given you an example. It is
Yeah.
like any Dataweave expression what you want.
Okay. Got it. Yeah.
Okay. Now, see text plain. See if you'll see. By default, when I did this application JSON with my this input, which is a string, and I said X, it is giving me in text plain format. And when I read at its text plain format, it is giving me the same. So by default, it has created into text plain. So I have just changed the data, the content type for me. I changed the content type over here. Okay. Now suppose I have an XML. Okay, I have this. If I read Y, it is coming as string, correct? See, now it is representing. Now here it is JSON because my output type is JSON. That's why it is coming like that. Okay, this output is also something important. Now I need to do one more route here, otherwise it will not take. Uh, y dot root. Yeah, see, I read it as an XML. If I only read y, I need to give a root. See, it is coming as a string over here. Getting it? So I need to represent it like if I have an input coming, which is not in a particular format. So by using read, I can make it to a particular format, the
Okay.
actual format what it is.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Abhishek. Yeah.
Similarly, we have write. Okay. So what it do is it's write the expression what you give over here inside that. Now see, I have the format as XML. Okay. I have used the write function as application CSV. Now this is my JSON. Okay. The input is JSON. Okay. The output should be XML, but I am writing the value as CSV. So you can see my output is XML. The input I read is a JSON, but the value inside that is a CSV because I am doing a write. See, in this, my output is XML, my input is JSON, but what I'm writing a JSON inside that XML part. So read is used to read in the same format what we want, but write is like I can have any other format as an output, but if I write it to a particular value, then it will show me that. It will write it up. Read is if this is now here I have used read because this is a string. This is not a JSON. This is a string. Okay, and I am trying to make it as a application JSON format. Okay, I'm trying to make it that. Now if I remove this, let's see what happens. Say it is coming as a text plain. It is, although it is writing it as an application JSON, but as a like a text plain format. Okay, if I make it as CSV, no, it's not reading that string as a CSV. That's why I made it as a format, which is actual application JSON. Then it is reading that. Okay, so this is what read and write do. And like the read is used very frequently, like what I have seen, like sometime it happens we are getting an output from a requester and that is in a string format, although it is a XML or it is a JSON, but it comes in a string format. So to convert that into a readable good like in readable content type, we use read.
So Abhishek, here our as per line number 2, output is XML. That's why in the output window we are seeing the XML. Correct?
XML format, correct.
Yeah. Here, right? How we can know why we are this in the line number 6 code, write function is doing CSV format. Where we can see that one? We are not seeing
See,
that one. Right?
no, see, this is a CSV format. No, it is giving you what now how a CSV represent. Okay, now let me show you. See, this is my header. This is my header, and now this is taking as an output. Now suppose if I remove this, okay, and see, this is CSV, comma separated.
Yeah,
Okay,
correct.
yeah. So now, okay, let me do one thing. Let me add few more data into this. So this is my one object. This is my second object. Now let me add one more item in this, say name session. Okay, and the session is 7. The same, let me add here also. Now see, it's a CSV. It is giving you comma separated value, correct?
Yeah.
Got it now?
Yes, Abhishek. Yeah, got it.
Yep. Okay. Anyone, any other question?
So it's take only key in name, comma session means in object it's
This
taking
is
only.
my key, so this is my header part, no? Now I can do one thing. Let me header false. See, now there is no header. Now when I represent a CSV, I have got different, I can do different options over there. Now suppose I am taking this. Okay, let me take an input. Say 1, B as 2. So it is representing me header and value both. Now if I do here header equal to false, it will not show me header. I can also do separator, which is a pipeline. Separator spelling is wrong or something happened. Okay. See, it's separated by pipeline. If I remove header, it will give me the header that is also separated by pipeline. Okay, so that name and session, it was the header. Like whenever you create an CSV file or Excel file, you see there is a, you can put a header in the first row, correct? So this is what it's representing. Okay, now distinct by. So distinct by is quite simple. Like what it does, it just remove the duplicate I can see. Okay, it removes the duplicate. Now in this, if you can see, now my 1 and 2 is repeating. So when I do distinct by, it just took the common value. It removes the duplicate. Now in this case, I hope you can see, in this case, I have an array of object where my object name mule is repeating. So when I do distinct by on the value, it removed the duplicate. Similarly for object. Okay, what I did here, I have got A with 1, A with 2, capital A with 1, and small a again with 3. So I have distinct it with respect to the key, which is this small a and capital A. So it will distinct by that. Okay, and it is taking, like if you'll see, it will taking the first occurrence of that key. Now I have got a with 1 also, a with 2 also, but when I do it with key, distinct by key, it is taking this as the first occurrence and it is using that. It is not showing with you true or 3. Okay, similarly I can distinct it by value. Okay, in that the key will not matter but the value will matter. Okay, now it will distinct you with all the possible outputs where the value is distinct. Okay, now in this case I have one for small a, I have one for capital A. So these are two different fields, but it doesn't consider that. What it considered what the value we are giving. So I cannot see capital A, but I can see small a, small a, small a with 1, 2, 3 because the value for small a is different. Okay, so it is just representing that with respect to the value, distinct by with value and distinct by with key. Okay,
Yeah.
got it?
Okay.
Yeah. Now group by, what it do is it will group the items which is of like maybe of same value or same key, like whatever input we give now with respect to that. Now see in this group by value. Okay, all are distinct. So it's giving me the output like this. Also, it represent the value over here. Like I did it group by value. So it is representing the value over here. In this case, I did I did a group by with respect to the value which is name, the value of name field. So my value are Mulesoft and Dataweave. Okay, so it has represented that over here. Now if I repeat this, suppose if I repeat Dataweave. So I have two Dataweave over here. So see, it has grouped that into one. I have two Dataweave and it has named that particular group as the value which I have given. Okay, again in this case, I have different objects in this array. When I say group by with $.b, that means I need to group it with respect to B. Okay, the value of B, like with respect to 3. So it is grouping that. So what I have, so I have only, sorry, yeah, I have only one instance where, which, yeah, so see this one, sorry, this one. Now it is grouping with the value of B. Now see this part, this one and this one, we have B where the value is 1. So these two are matching and this is not matching. So it has grouped this one all together where 1 is the value and B is 1 in both the case. Okay, B is 1 in both the case. So it is representing that into one group and the left out is in another group. Okay, so this is how group by work. Group by groups the same values, the duplicate values into one group. Okay, which I have shown you over here. Like we have given it like the value part. So it is giving now if I give the index, so it will group with respect to index 0, 1, 2. Okay, this is group by, and the last one from core function is order by. So this is quite simple. Like it order by with respect to, again I'm showing you with value. Okay, it order by with respect to value, we can say, where see when I do order by with $.name here, so it will show me the first, it will show me the lower one, then the upper one. Okay, here also order by value. So one is, then 2, then 3. Okay, in ascending order. If I do minus here, so it is showing me descending order, like from the last to first. Okay, in an order. Similarly here, okay, it is taking the value and ordering with respect to these values. So Dataweave is coming first and M is coming last because D is smaller than M. If we go with alphabetic order, if I make it this, okay, if I make it this, no effect. Okay, see, just one thing is the capital A is taking at
We are not hearing Abhishek.
Hello, Abhishek.
hello. Okay,
You're not able
what time
to hear.
okay, okay, now you can
Just
hear
now,
me.
1
Yeah,
minute
just
only. Yes, yes.
just you
Okay,
are
just now.
explaining.
Yeah, now
Yeah,
okay.
Okay, so only in this function only, order by only, na? Before that everything was good.
yeah.
Okay, fine.
Yes, yes. Other way only.
Okay. Okay, so order by, just order it like either is ascending or descending order, the way you give, like with values or uh, maybe with key. I've not tried. Let us see if we can do it with key. Val, comma, key. And if I try here, key. Yes. AB, AB, AB. So it gave me the same output because it is same, like there is no difference. So mostly we do it value. Let take me value. I need to provide val of what? Val of A, B, C. Val of B. So say C, C has got the value of B as 1. So it is representing first, then 2 with A and 3 with B. Okay. So this is what order by do. Any question till now? Like, so this was the last topic for core function. Any question till now? Can you hear me, guys? Can anyone confirm? Can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
Screen is not visible.
Okay, let me share again. Is it visible now?
Yes.
Yeah,
It's
we are able to see.
Yes.
Okay. So we were talking about order by. So order by means we are ordering with respect to some values. Like in this case, I have ordered it with respect to the value of B. So when I say value of B, so my first in ascending order. Okay, if I talk about ascending order, then one is smallest, then two, then three. So it is representing in that way. Okay, if I can do ascending and descending, let me try with minus. See, when I do minus, that means negative, means from the back, from descending order. So 3 is first, then 2, then 1. Okay, so I can order my output with respect to the value which I am getting. Okay, this is what the order by do. So this was the last topic for us for
Yeah,
the core function.
Abhishek,
Any
Abhishek,
question? Yeah,
Abhishek, can you explain one more time that last line, where
order.
exactly it is changing? Yeah, order by in the line number 7.
Yeah, I will show
So
you. So see,
here, yeah, here we have 3 objects, right?
correct.
Yeah.
Let me delete this. Yeah, we have 3 objects.
Okay. Yeah.
So let me take it in this part. Let me take it here. Okay. So this is my one object. This is two. This is this. Okay. Let me take it as payload. Okay. This is my array of object. Now I have different values over here. Correct. Where for this my B is 2, my B is 3, and my B is 1. Now I want to order it with respect to the value of B. So what I will do, I will use order by. Okay. I'll do order by dollar dot $p, means I am ordering it with respect to the value I'm getting for B. So the smallest one is 1. So I'm doing it in ascending order. When I give like this is by default taking it as an ascending order from lower to higher. Okay, so 1 is coming first, then 2, then 3. If I put a negative over here, so it will become descending from higher to lower. Okay, it make it descended.
Okay. Okay, Abhishek,
Okay,
I got it. Yeah, depending on the whatever the value we are giving after the
giving.
order by keyword, that
Correct.
object will display first and then second one. It will
Correct.
display a whole object. Okay,
Yes,
got it.
yes,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah, got it. Thank you.
Okay, any question till now? So this was the last for us for core function. Okay, any
Mm.
Abhishek,
question? Yeah,
one question in reduce, like we will be doing the concatenate of the strings, right? In the reduce function.
concatenate. Okay, not concatenate of string only. What we are doing, we are concatenating like the index and the item, the value I can say. Not only like concatenating the string,
Yeah,
but
that's
now, yeah, we are
the
concatenate. Huh?
you're doing, like, can you do this in reverse order?
Okay, in negative you want.
Yeah, I mean not negative. I
Uh,
want in reverse order.
means yeah, reverse order. Like 6 should come first, correct?
Yeah, 6 5 4 3.
Uh, let me see if we can do that. I don't think this directly. Okay, let me try. If I put this first, yeah, this is how. Correct.
Okay.
Okay. So what I'm doing, I'm putting the value first because see, this dollar indicates the last value, which is 6. Dollar represent the first value, the first index. So when I do dollar, which is 1 plus this, so I'm taking from 0 to the last. So when I put this one here and I remove this, so I'm taking from last to first. So it reversed that. Okay.
Okay.
So this is all about the core function. Okay. Just I will give you one example where I will show you everything like mostly on group by and map object. Okay. So I have this example, which is a CSV format. Okay. Now I'll change it to CSV. Now if
Yeah,
we'll see,
yeah. In this example, Abhishek, is it possible to club all the things like order by, group by, distinct by, like that?
uh, all that won't be like distinct by. Okay, let me try first. I will show you with group by and map object. Okay,
Okay,
then we'll see different in this, because we are little out of time and I have three more functions to explain. Okay,
okay,
maybe let me explain this, then we'll go back and we'll try different one, because I have that mule function, and I have that is just a simple thing which I prepared, and I will show it in one go. Okay,
okay. No problem,
so
Abhishek.
this one, payload. Now if you'll see, I have the ID, repeated ID, but the values are different for that. I have this repeated ID, 2, 3, 1, all this. So I want to group that, group by val comma item, where val dot ID. See, so I have group by with respect to the ID. All the IDs which is common, I have done that. Okay, now this is coming in an object of object in one way, if you'll see. So I need to make it in a single one. So like if ID is 1, it should represent all the values which is for that particular ID, which is 1. Okay, I need to represent all this together. So let me do one thing. Instead of this, I can use this also. Okay, now this become my one payload. Okay, now see the importance of bracket over here. This become one payload. Okay, now I will use map object on this. Okay, here I will club it all together. So now in this also, one thing you need to like ID. Now my ID is my key and value. Let me take it as val, which is my value of value. Okay, now this should come in one part. What happened? Invalid map object. Why? Yeah, see the importance of bracket now. When I have used this one, it was giving me error because I was trying to bind it into an object. So when I used, instead of this, I used this, it gave me the output. Correct? Now see, this came like this. This is my ID. All of this came into one. All of this came into one. But again, this is coming into an array. So here what I can use is I can use join by, and I can join it is using a comma. So see, all this came together. Getting it? I'm using map object, I'm using join by, so my ID is this, my this. But now it is coming in a single object. I want to convert into another different object. So what I need to do, I will just name it here. So I will name it as group. So now it become different groups. Again, it is a map object. And from here, I just want to take the group key. Okay, so what I will do now, this is my complete payload. This is my complete payload. So I will just bracket it up. I will bracket it up and I will do this. What does star means? Star means all the values where the key is group. Now say it came into an array of object with where my ID is 1. So I'm getting all the values which is represent for my ID 1. Getting how this works? So we have used group by, we have used map object, we have used join by. Okay, now here if I use, suppose if I use distinct by instead of this group by, if I have used distinct by, then what happened?
Actually, remove all.
See, it will only give me the first occurrence of that 1, 2, and 3. It will not group everything which is present for that particular index. Now this is lost, this is lost, this is lost, this is lost. Okay, but if I do group by ID, it grouped that into one single part. Okay, so this is what the like the scenario, the difference. Okay, now just three function. This is a mule function which is caused by, this is used in your error handling to identify like what is the reason of your error. Then a lookup is used to call another flow. Make sure it doesn't work with subflow. Okay, and this is the two different representation for lookup. Either you can use this mule keyword or you can directly use it. Okay, and it doesn't work with subflow, make that sure. And then this p is to get the data from a property file. Okay, and I will show you. Now I have this Dataweave created. Okay, I have a property file which is having a key save message, and it is test Dataweave, and I have defined that properties file in my global XML. Like I want to take the data from my properties file. Okay, now this is my logger where I am printing my data from the property file properties, and this is I am taking from the property file. Okay, so when we write any function, like when we expression, when this expression is on, or if we try to have this, if we want to take any property in our data wave, so it should be represent with this p keyword. If we are doing like, if we are doing as an expression, then p keyword is important. Okay, so I will be printing the value of my message which is coming from property file in the logger. Then I have a data wave which is a lookup function. What my lookup function is doing, it is calling another private flow for me. This is my private flow. Okay, so instead of using flow reference, what I'm doing, I'm using the lookup function. Okay, and here I have a logger which will print the payload which I am sending. Okay, so just to explain you the syntax, this is the flow name which I want to call, and this is the payload which I am passing. Okay, this is the flow name and this is the payload. There is one more thing like timeout. Okay, if you want, you can use a timeout. Okay, as a millisecond. Now suppose if you are calling a different flow, so in what time you want to have the output from that. Okay, so you can put a timeout over there. By default it is taking I guess 2000 millisecond by default. Okay, so we can check it now. So this is my lookup function, and then
Abhishek, what is the second parameter, that is the value we are passing?
this is the payload we are passing.
Payload.
Yeah,
That
this is the payload
payload.
we are passing. Hmm?
Okay. That
I have
payload.
given an object. I have given an object. You can give anything. I'm
Okay.
passing a payload because it's a lookup function. Now in flow reference, we don't need to do this because automatically it will take the payload. But if we are doing lookup, then we need to define the flow name and then the payload we want to pass. Okay, and then come the error part which is caused by. So now I have a on-air propagate and I'm using a choice router to identify like the error is caused by what error. Okay, so again there are different representation for this. Now I'm reading like error with my error custom, like the error type which will come. So I have a raise function in this where I am raising it with a error type error custom, and here I'm saying like it should filter it out. Like if the error is caused by error custom, then it should go to that part. Okay, so that was the caused by do. It identify like what type of error came. Okay, and it depends like what inputs or what value you give. Okay, you can represent it with mule also, you can directly represent it with caused by. Okay, you can give the error type over here directly. Okay, so there are different formats to do that, but the main attempt or caused by is to identify what error is coming and to filter it out to with particular destination. Okay, so I will just execute this. Seconds.
Okay, meanwhile, Abhishek, that lookup
Yeah,
function in first parameter we are giving the flow name.
flow
It is
name.
going to that flow. So
Correct.
it is calling that flow, correct?
Yes, but it
And
doesn't
that
work on subflow. Okay, it will work on private flow or flows, but
okay.
not on subflows. Yeah.
So what is the importance out of the second parameter or the payload what we are giving?
So you need to pass a payload to the flow, na? Now
Okay,
if
yeah.
you are calling a flow,
Okay.
if it
Yeah.
you should part a payload if you want. Correct. That's why
Okay.
I have given that payload part.
Okay. Got it. Something if it is a post method or something, we need to pass
Yeah.
some.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Now it started. So first I am taking it from the property files. So see, it printed properties test data wave. So my property was message and the value was test data wave. So it took it that. Okay. Now I am calling the lookup. See, automatically from the data wave it came to this flow because I called this flow. Okay. Here I have a logger which will print the payload. Okay. Okay. So it's timeout. Let me increase the timeout. Timeout. See, it wants in 2 seconds, but I can increase that. Okay. Let me do it again. Let me increase the time for this. Okay, sorry. I need to pass it quickly in 2 milliseconds, in 2 seconds. Okay. I need to pass it in 2 seconds. Otherwise, it will give me the timeout error because I hold it for a while. So we'll start again. We can also change it, but I have not changed it. I did it by default, but I can also change it. I can simply put some value over here, like comma and some maybe 5,000 or something. So it will wait for that time. Otherwise, it will give us timeout. And by default, it is taking us 2000 millisecond. That is 2 seconds. Okay, deployed. Let us make it fast. Come here. Okay. Now you can see it has printed both lookup payload properties. Now I am raising an error over here. So this raise error, this is giving me error custom. It will go to my error handling. Here it caught it because it caused by error custom. Okay, the error is caused by error custom. It caught it and it gave me output. Okay, so this is like how these three functions work. Okay.
So this
I
caused by
printed.
function instead of the rise error we are using in the flow. Instead of that one from
No,
data
no,
where
no,
we
no, no,
want.
no. Not instead of raised error. Raised error is like to create the error. I have used raised error, but now
Okay.
suppose in real time scenario, you can get it from the API. Suppose if there is any connectivity or anything. So what I am doing, instead of creating a different error type over here, like I can give the error type and I can map it. I can give an error type. I can give it error custom and it will go to that propagate only. But instead of
Okay.
doing that, what I have used a filter. Okay. Now suppose
Okay.
instead of on error propagate, I want to have on error continuous. And I want to say if the error is caused by because of this particular error type, okay, then it should not stop the flow. It should keep on following, keep on flowing. Okay. So I
Okay.
can use caused by, like this is a way of doing it. This is one more way. Either you can create a separate error type and you can make it as on error continuous and you can do it that way. Otherwise, we also have a function called caused by where we can filter out the type of error we are getting. So this is why the caused by is used. Okay. Just telling you the importance of this function caused by like how it can help us, in what way we can take this into an account, we can take this in use. Okay, so it works on the error handling part, where you can say like why the error caused by. Okay.
Okay.
So this is all about our like core function and our mule function. Let's just have a small recap again what we have seen today, and then we can take other questions. So session 7. So this were the previous one which we have learned about core function. This is completely core functions. Today we'll learn about few core functions which were left along with the mule functions. We'll learn about concatenation. We learn about remove, flatten, then flat map, reduce, map, filter, map object, filter object, then on null, read, write, distinct by, group by, order by, and we have seen as example how to use group by, map object joins, and what happen when we do distinct by. We have seen all those. Caused by, it's a mule function. Lookup, p, which is to take the data from properties file, and that's all we have done for today.